Hello, Professor Hatcher. This is Daryl Cresswell and Unit 7 Scholarly Activity. I chose to do a presentation. A little bit to expand upon the outline I did in Unit 6. If I had to choose one person from a time period we learned about in this class, it would really have to be Patrick Henry. I feel really strongly that he influenced this country a great bit. His Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech has moved a lot of Americans from when it was spoken to now. It's a great moment in history where our country really took a step in the right direction. He was widely known as a brilliant speech giver and leader in the American Revolution. He greatly opposed British government, and he only accepted the new American federal government once the Bill of Rights was passed, so he was really involved with individuals' rights. An interesting fact that not too many people know about his speech is that it was potentially the single most important speech in American history that was not prepared beforehand. He didn't even rehearse it. So from what's understood, he was speaking straight from the heart. And this really shows how truly strongly he felt about the cause. The only way we have records of this speech in today is from his biographer named William Wirt, which Wirt reconstructed the speech years later from approaching all those that had heard it in person. This was what enabled countless American students and scholars to learn about the speech and move by it. This was really invaluable to our country because there's really no way to truly know how the speech guided and influenced Americans throughout history, but because we have it for the records, it can continue to do so. Not only was he known for his speeches, but he was also really involved in persuading Americans to fight for their freedoms with him and revolutionizing the way our country is governed. He was excellent at converting complicated political stances into something the common men and women of America could really understand and stand behind, which is really something that not many people have. In addition to his various political roles, he was also commander-in-chief of the military forces in Virginia for a little time. He was a very strong anti-federalist, believed that a strong government opened the doors to tyranny, just as the colonists had experienced with Britain, so he was very leery of that. He was known as the voice of the American Revolution by many. You may not find his name recognized by every household in America, but surely his stance on individual freedoms would be. One of the largest political battles to this day is the debate about individuals' freedoms and rights, which is really what Henry fought so hard to establish. For instance, the right to bear arms or a woman's right to an abortion. All these rights were established to be protected by Patrick Henry. This is one reason that America is known as the land of the free. Citizen rights are protected by the Bill of Rights, which sets America apart from other civilized countries. One of Patrick Henry's, as well as the other founding fathers, understood was that people's freedoms as well as their rights can truly be enjoyed by those that are prepared to fight for them. Henry's conclusion to his speech highlights a hard fact that, though it doesn't happen every day in our lives, it's something our nation needs to confront, is that we will have to be willing and prepared to fight for our rights and potentially die for them if we intend to remain free. Patrick Henry could teach us all a great deal if we were able to meet him today. He spent his life convincing others that the majority of this country needed to stand up to those trying to control us, which can be applied today with many popular controversies.